रांझना फिल्म के हर दूसरे डायलॉग पे सीटियां जरूर पड़ी थी एंड अ लॉट ऑफ यंग बॉयज वर कंप्लीटली इन ऑ ऑफ द प्रोटैगनिस्ट कुंदन, बट रांझना इन माय ओपिनियन वाज अ ग्रोसली मिसअंडरस्टूड फिल्म. Whenever a movie is released, there is a certain way that a big chunk of audience perceives it. It has a lot of ideas and themes, but in सबके बीच there is that one central theme that gets collectively misinterpreted by the audience and even by critics. Basically, कुछ movies इतनी simple नहीं होती कि एक बार देखा और खत्म. They require multiple viewings to really understand their true meaning, and Bollywood is full of examples like these. So I revisited some of the most grossly misunderstood Hindi films and I realized that maybe if they were released today, they would have found a much larger audience. Number 1. Hunter. I remember watching this film with my friends in the college hostel. We picked this movie just for some cheap thrills, but 15 minutes into the movie, we realized that this was not the usual crass sex comedy. In fact, it's not a sex comedy at all. It's a coming-of-age story of Mandar, who is a sex addict going through a midlife crisis and has commitment issues. Intelligent filmmakers and writers often give their film an overall outline of a very obvious theme so that it's easier to sell their film and attract an audience. Their real craft comes out in the subplots that they use to say what they actually want to say through their film. Hunter wasn't a hit at the box office, but it did grab a fair share of the audience's attention because of what it projected as its main theme, masquerading as a sex comedy. But when you watch it, you realize that it practically covers every human emotion that we can possibly feel during its duration. Friendship, childhood, love, lust, self-conflict, existentialism and commitment. People clearly misunderstood this film on a cellular level by putting it in a similar category as Grand Masti or other brainless sex comedies. Number 2. Highway. The one time a mainstream Bollywood film tried to bring the issue of child abuse as the central theme of the film, the people were clearly not ready for it. Everyone went in the theatre expecting it to be another typical whimsical love story by Imtiaz Ali, but it turned out to be a gut punch. You don't see that coming in an Imtiaz Ali film. It might not have worked at the box office, but I'm glad that Imtiaz Ali made such an effective film with his own style and brought this issue in the mainstream. And of course, Rahman's music gave this film another dimension. It's probably the best Imtiaz Ali film where for once, the protagonist is not coming of age and trying to find himself. The film certainly deals with everything that is wrong with the society. From class divide to years of sexual abuse by a family member, it dealt with a lot of themes. The film also popularized the term Stockholm Syndrome and explained its meaning to us Indians, which is another thing that people misunderstood in this film. Veera was not in love with Mahabir. She was suffering from this Stockholm Syndrome. Imtiaz Ali used this theme under the disguise of a usual love story and self-discovery tropes to tell the story of Veera and how she was a victim of child abuse by one of her own family member. And I think it was bloody genius. Number 3. No smoking. There might hardly be a person who was not mindfucked after watching this film. It's very important to notice that No Smoking was actually Anurag Kashyap's first film that got a clear-cut certification from the CBFC and successfully made it to the theatres without being banned or censored. This might be Kashyap's most intelligent film because it's open to multiple interpretations. And it's not just about smoking. On the face of it, it seems like the story of a self-obsessed man K who is on a journey of self-destruction. But it's much more than that. Alienating one's conscious from one's body, a thin line between reality and illusion. Clearly ये सब थोड़ा ज़्यादा था 2007 की जनता के लिए. The film never sympathizes with this narcissist character. But ये film ये भी बताती है that no matter how arrogant or a self-centered man K might be, he too has the right to his freedom. And his cigarette gives him that. That's why when he is sent to a rehabilitation center unwillingly, that sense of freedom is snatched from him. And thus starts his struggle for freedom. The whole film is just a metaphor. You can literally take away something new from it with every viewing. One very obvious analogy that I personally noticed and enjoyed a lot was that the cigarette represents Kashyap's freedom of expression and the head of the rehabilitation is the CBFC, an authoritarian agency that bans Kashyap's film without giving any logical reason. The film was Kashyap's protest against the CBFC and the government for his freedom of expression. And the funniest part about all this is, neither the CBFC nor the government understood what the film was actually trying to say. And they got convinced by Kashyap that this is anti-smoking film. I mean, you have to give it to the man. The health ministry even felicitated him for this. Number 4. Ranjana. फिल्म के हर दूसरे डायलॉग पे सीटियां जरूर पड़ी थी एंड अ लॉट ऑफ यंग बॉयज वर कंप्लीटली इन ऑ ऑफ द प्रोटैगनिस्ट कुंदन, बट रांझना इन माय ओपिनियन वाज अ ग्रोसली मिसअंडरस्टूड फिल्म. इट्स मच मोर देन जस्ट अ लव स्टोरी गॉन रॉन्ग. In fact, it's not a love story. It's a cautionary tale of why not to obsess over someone and why stalking is wrong in every sense. I know. This might sound like a polarizing opinion, but unfortunately, it's true. And that's why no matter how heroic it might seem, Kundan at the end dies in the movie. I saw in an interview how American Psycho director Mary Harron said that she was shocked when some of the critics called out her film for being misogynist and glorifying violence. They completely missed the point that the main objective of the film was to show the darkness of the mind of a disturbed man who turns into a serial killer. It was also a satire on toxic masculinity. I rewatched Ranjana and this time I saw it as a cautionary tale for the young out there. Kundan is actually an obsessive psycho who finds some kind of redemption in the second half when, due to his toxic traits, he finds himself responsible for a murder. And maybe that's why it changes into a completely different film in the second half. Watch Ranjana again, this time as a satirical approach on stalking, male ego and student politics, and you will know what I mean. ये तो कुछ recent फिल्में थी. Fortunately, Bollywood has a bank of misunderstood films. So let's go back a little. Number 5. एक डॉक्टर की मौत. Released in 1990, this film was what you can call a true masterpiece. ये फिल्म एक डॉक्टर की कहानी है, डॉक्टर दीपांकर रॉय, who has sacrificed a good 10 years of his life to find a vaccine for leprosy. When doctors protest for their rights, a lot of people ask that if it's ethical for medical professionals to stop their work because the society depends on it. Non-medical people can never understand the struggles and tribulations of what goes on in the life of a medical professional. एक डॉक्टर की मौत offers a deep insight into that. The film is aptly named by the writer-director Tapan Sinha because at the end of the film, Dr. Roy never gets his due recognition for his years of research, and he's rather compensated with something else, reflecting the slow death of science, innovation, and ingenuity in India because of the corrupt system. The film says all this with its brilliant performances and its subtlety, but sadly, the 90s was not the time of subtleness in Bollywood or films that could change the course of cinema, but this was clearly an attempt in the right direction. Let me know in the comments below what films do you consider were misunderstood by the people, and for more such videos, subscribe to India Times.